What's up, party people? It is Wednesday, One Hit Wonder Wednesday. I got a good one.
Yeah, I just found me one, too.
Yesterday, I was telling the guys I go golfing with my buddy and his girl and his buddy. And they tell me, One Hit Wonder Wednesday. It's our favorite thing you do. I'm like, thank you. Tell Bell not to pick a stupid song. Told Bell that today. What's he do? Picks a stupid song.
Well, you knew Brother Bilal was going to do that.
I am a contrarian.
You're not even that. You're like, you play. I like music. I know music. I've worked in radio a vast majority of my adult life. You play stuff, and I love quirky, weird stuff. And I'm like, what? And he goes, Bell picks one that always ends up like 38 on the charts. It charted for like 2 minutes, and it was there for and that's it. Disappears.
Untrue. Completely untrue.
Today's Bell pick one. He goes, don't worry, this one got all the way to 22.
Oh, it got to 4.
Oh, you're going to go with that
four,
one?
yes.
Yeah. I never heard of it.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's okay. That's okay. You know. By the way, Ken, I'm supposed to tell you this, and I'm assuming this was the rattlesnake conversation you and Chris must have. 91% of all rattlesnake bites in Kentucky happen at church.
Arkansas, too.
Oh, they have those.
I got those snake preachers drinking strychnine straight from a jar.
That is. Have you ever been to one of those?
Oh, hallelujah.
Oh, man. I kind of want to go to one just to see. Just to see.
And I'll just watch it on YouTube.
Just people dancing around with snakes. Like, what is wrong with you people?
Yeah, there was one going around for a while, man. This preacher out of Arkansas, man. I mean, he's dancing. He's got this big mason jar just every now and then taking a swig, and I mean, just sweating profusely, cherry red face. It just drops dead.
Of a heart attack, I'm assuming.
Either that or just the poison.
Or the strychnine.
Yeah.
And there are people that, because we were talking about that yesterday, we were talking about the sawtooth viper like an hour before, how it kills so many people in India it kills.
Yes.
And then we find out somebody died of a rattlesnake bite.
Yeah.
Here, and that person tried to do what?
Tried to pick it up. Tried to pick it up and bit him on the hand.
Darwinism.
He was a half mile. They found him a half mile down the trail. So, you know, and who knows how long it took to get to him.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Do we have no idea how old he is?
I haven't seen an age on the victim.
My goodness. What are people doing? Honestly. I mean,
Being stupid.
That's it. I mean, the here's your sign that's a real thing. You don't do that. No. I don't get the want to touch nature.
Can I pet that dog?
Can I pet that dog? That dog has venom, you idiot.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate, man. I mean, yeah, I don't know anything about this person's personal life. I mean, I do. My condolences to his loved ones, his friends, but
I know something about his personal life.
What's that, Brother Bill?
It's over.
Yeah. Wonder how old they are. It's probably a timber rattler, I would assume. Maybe a pygmy. Pygmies are pretty, but it's
poisonous.
Yeah, they're. Rattlesnakes are poisonous. The chances of surviving a rattlesnake, though, he probably had an allergic reaction, probably allergic to bees and stuff like that, because even without anti-venom, you still have a very good chance if you're a healthy adult of surviving a rattlesnake.
Yeah.
Even if you don't have any anti-venom, some rattlesnakes are, I mean, let's see here. Most rattlesnakes, the mortality rate untreated is about 10 to 20%. So you have an 80% chance. Some are 70%, but this is the median average. Certain things like Western Diamondback, the chance of you surviving that is about 90%. And that's without stuff. So, but you don't touch things. There's things in the wild you don't touch.
But I want to pet that dog.
Pet that dog. Pet that dog.
Pet that dog.
And it sucks because people, my first thought is, did he think it was a leaf or a stick? He was trying to move something. Or did he go, oh, if that's a rattlesnake, my best advice for myself is to pick it up.
I can get it.
You can't. And it doesn't want to be touched. There's a reason God goes, you know what? I'm going to give you a rattler and some venom and teeth.
I'm going to give people a chance.
Yeah. I'm going to let people. Yes, they're venomous. What do we say? Poison. Oh, no. Ken was talking about the drink. What were they drinking? Strychnine? At the church?
Just poison.
Yeah, that's poison.
It's just clear poison from a mason jar.
So, yeah, that's. What are you going to put on your headstone if you did something stupid?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but
Right.
I think it's a fair question.
If it's okay to drink poison straight from a mason jar, where is the issue with me drinking moonshine from a mason jar?
Who made the moonshine, though? Every year
Maybe
you
I
hear about
did.
that. Every year you hear about like the Russians, somebody in like the Ukraine, and like 200 people die from drinking potato moonshine that went rotten.
It just disintegrates their stomachs.
Yeah. So, does your dog bite? No. Oh, I thought you said your dog didn't bite. That is not my dog. You feel bad for it. It's the same thing, though. You know, you just don't touch stuff. Speaking of touching things in nature, have you seen the creepy things in Colorado?
Yes.
The rabbits with like tentacles on their faces?
Yes. It is exactly like that series on HBO, The Last of Us.
It is.
Start of the zombie apocalypse.
It is. It's a octopus. You want no part of that. You don't. What is going on? It is creepy AF. I'm telling you.
It is, man. And it's sad, too, because this growth on them, I read, it prevents them from eating and drinking.
Yeah.
And they just die of starvation.
That's what they
That's
want you to
terrible.
believe. Don't worry.
Yeah, but they're zombies, so they come back to
Yeah,
life.
they're zombies. So you can't kill people as a zombie rabbit with tentacle face without dying first and coming back. Remember Napoleon? Napoleon fought rabbits once. Did you guys know that?
I did not know that.
Napoleon actually had a war with rabbits. That did not go well for him. And Australia actually fought, I think it was emus, had a war against emus, and the emus won.
Well, they do stomp people to death?
No, they tried to eradicate them, and they found out that didn't work the way they thought it was going to. The emus actually reproduce faster. Yeah. Yeah, that's real. Somebody said, I didn't think it was real. That is real. I triple-checked it, too.
What, those rabbits?
Yeah, it's like, there's no way. Then I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
It is. That's
a
horrible.
real thing, boys.
That is horrible. So, horrible news. Somebody got bit. They died. Once again, the warning here, nature will mess you up. You go outside, you see something that you think, I have no idea what that is. I'm not touching it. Smart move.
Yeah, stay
Smart
away from
move.
it. Just leave it alone.
Just pet the bison. Pet it.
Pet the bison. Pet the bison, kids. Pet the bison.
What a sweet buffalo.
Yeah. You think about nature and what nature does. Like, we always think, what little thing kills more than anything else? Mosquito. Malaria. Dengue, all that stuff. But when you talk about animals, we forget that probably 75 to 100,000 people a year die from animals just taking people.
The hippo.
Oh, don't mess with the hippo.
Hippo in Africa, man.
Don't mess with the hippo.
Just pet the hippo.
You can. You
Pet
can
it.
definitely pet the hippo.
Pet it.
You know what viral the other day was, and I don't know if you guys saw it on any of your feeds, was the supposed Jessica from SeaWorld being killed by orca. I don't know which one it was. And it looked real, but I knew, first of all, because I interviewed the people that did Blackfish, none of that was real, but it had everybody fooled because it looked so
Wait a
real.
minute. None of Blackfish was real?
No, Blackfish was real, but this thing was fake. It wasn't real, but
okay.
it looked real. It looked so real.
Was it AI or was it?
It was AI.
Oh.
No, they got an actual orca and they recreated it. It was pretty good. I'm
Well,
surprised.
I was wondering if they were assuming or they were trying to play off something the orca did as an attempt to kill the trainer when it wasn't really happening.
No,
That's
no,
what I
it was
meant.
it was all AI. Because normally you get some people try to, they have these videos and it's kind of fake. You can tell this was very real, and I'm like, that's not real. And you type it in, and all of a sudden it starts popping up everywhere because it's all over everybody's feed. Have to be careful with stuff, people. This is what we're telling you. You have to, and with real nature, you have to be super careful because people are stupid, and sometimes people are just unlucky. Like if he would have stepped on it, not seeing it because they hide, It's one thing. But if you're picking stuff up, we warn you. Oh, goodness me. Goodness me. So much stuff to get to today. Bell showed me a, what was it, the first hole for the boring company?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I told Bell, what if a ginormous gopher comes out of it?
Comes out. Then we call Godzilla.
It's like 25 feet tall with tentacles on its face.
Slee stacks start coming out of it.
Oh,
And then Elon gets the idea to just let the gopher do the boring.
that's right. How much to do this? That's how I got a gopher. He's spectacular. But I was reading today, you know how much money Doge saved us? You guys ready for this? Sit back.
None.
1.5 billion. Billion with a B. That was nowhere near what they thought they were going to save us.
That'll fix that $37 trillion of debt.
Yeah. And in fact, we raised, we had a massive month in tariffs last month. And yet, at the same time, our debt rose tremendously in deficit. That's not good. We got to do better, people. We got to stop spending money. Please, I beg you. Government. So we got a one-hit wonder Wednesday today. A lot of good stuff. White Girl Wednesday, too. Man, I got some. Bell doesn't, but Ken and I do the work. We do the work. And Ken, you and I are going to be shamed today in a way that is so epic. Probably all of you listening are going to be shamed as well.
Uh-oh.
Why are you saying I don't work?
Because you don't do the work that we do. We're trying to combat all the isms, and you are a problem with that.
I have no problem with battling the isms.
No, you do. Every day.
I don't. I really don't.
You do. You're out there all the time. Talk a little bit about Trump. I saw that he warned Putin. He said, hey, we're going to meet. You should probably stop the war stuff.
I'm bringing you a strongly worded letter.
It's going to be awesome. And you better do it. So, or else, because how am I going to win my Nobel Peace Prize if you guys keep fighting? The amount of, was it 105,000 new troops, give or take? They've already started just laying waste, and what was once trench warfare, just inch by inch, they're picking up 5-10 kilometers a day. They're moving fast, and it goes from 15% of this Donbass region to 18% to he's on a march. And we have zero. All of us have, as far as this goes, have really no way to stop this at this moment in time. He holds all the cards. Because Trump is not going to hurt America by going after the people that the Putin's working with, India and all of these people. Because, well, A, he wants to make sure that the Republicans remain in power, and you can't hurt us through economic problems of what's going on over there. I think this is going to end up being something of a European issue here much sooner than people realize. Coming up, White Girl Wednesday. We got One Hit Wonder Wednesday. I got a good one. I'm actually doing it from this century. This century. How about apples that are those apples? Normally,
those
I go
are
way
apples.
back. Those are really good apples, but it's only a one-hit wonder apple. And you're going to love it. And then Bell's got his one-hit wonder, which some of you go, I remember that song. Others of you go, that's not a real song. We'll see if even
Top five hit.
Top 5 hit for 14 minutes. So we'll talk about that. Bunch of other goodies to get to. Got this day in history. We're also going to talk a bit about the D.C. takeover and the freaking out of the Democrats. Fantastic. I do love that. It does make me laugh. If you're missing the show, shame on you. Grab the podcast. Chad Benson, Super Talk, and that's it.
Download and subscribe to Nashville's Morning News on YouTube and your favorite podcast platform.
Raycon, best earbuds around. Love my Raycon. You will love yours. Fit, feel, comfort, second to none. Sound quality is amazing. They don't hurt your ears. That's number one. You wear I wear my earbuds all the time. I don't want my ears hurting. And with these, you never even feel them. They're so light. They're perfect. I mean, they fit in very snug, but without being annoying. There's no stem. There's no wires. 8-hour talk time. 32 hours of battery life. These new OG E25s, these are the original, have active noise cancellation now, which is incredible. That means shh is shh. And sometimes you just need shh. But on top of that, the sound quality seconds on it, price won't break the bank, and I've got you 20% discount. Free shipping, what? And 30-day happiness guarantee. If you want the best sound quality around, go right now. Get these. BuyRaycon.com/Chad. BuyRaycon.com/Chad. BuyRaycon.com/Chad.
Severe weather blame for 3 fatalities here in Tennessee. And the parents of a 6-year-old boy shot to death in Nashville are now charged with their child's death. Police in Louisville have a 15-year-old in custody firing shots around people trying to get to school. These stories and more coming up at 12:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
We do the work, so you don't have to, guys, but you're going to participate with us today. We fight all the isms here. With the racisms, the other isms, you know.
All kinds of isms.
There's so many of them. We fight them. We'll fight them, too, right there. Ninja style. You can't even stop us. So we're doing the work. And our favorite girl is back. And she's going to tell us today why racism is the reason black people don't swim.
Do you know the reason that a lot of Black Americans don't know how to swim is because of hate crimes? During segregation, Black people were banned from most public pools, and when they finally got Black-only public pools, white people would respond with violence. They would literally pour chemicals and acid into these pools that would harm Black people. In 1964, at a motel, there was a peaceful protest, and a white manager responded by pouring acid into the pool where Black people were already swimming. The worst thing is that once Jim Crow was over and segregation was federally made illegal, rather than integrate, many cities completely shut down their pools. They were so upset by the legislation that they would rather deny access to everybody than allow white people and Black people to mix. Today, 64% of Black children don't know how to swim compared to 40% of white children, but that's not because of ability. It's because of a history of systemic exclusion. Crazy how many white people talk about this stereotype regularly without even knowing the history behind it. The hatred of white literally created a ripple effect through generations. This ties into why Hurricane Katrina was so deadly, because many Black Americans were affected and many of them could not swim, which I will talk about in my next video. Bye.
So, did we all get that?
What a moron.
And by the way, she went to Brown.
She did. For those of you not keeping score, she's
Probably because it's called Brown.
probably. Yeah, well, she wasn't going to go to a school called White. Where do you go? Caucasian U? Oh, the University of Alabama? Oh, Chad. Listen, yeah, brothers, 50 years ago, there was an issue. 60 years ago, there was absolutely an issue. We're past that now. And don't tell me the reason that people died in Hurricane Katrina is because, well, you know, systemically, Black people can't swim. And we know that we've trained the white people, hurricanes, to attack people of color.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with storm surge.
No.
Or the fact that New Orleans is under sea level.
Yeah, if you go back and look at that entire situation, white people swimming everywhere during Hurricane Katrina.
And 40, what was that? I was surprised when she said 40% of white people don't swim.
Right. That kind of got
Does
me.
anybody listening here, do you not swim?
Really?
I mean, you know, I found that odd, but still.
But seriously, what's the first thing white people do during a hurricane? They go swimming because that's the smart thing to do, right?
Yes. No, the surge came, and let me tell you something. You could be the greatest swimmer on the planet, and you get caught up in something that's that kind of surge out of nowhere, you're done for.
Well, the flood. There's those swimmers in Texas during the flooding that died.
Exactly. And we listened to that guy said that, 20 years ago, he was driving the bus, and he had 2, world-class swimmer kids on the bus. They were the only kids that died. The ones who really couldn't swim that well lived. It's that kind of thing is nature. What do you think? That, oh, yeah, did you know that white people caused the tsunami in Asia?
Yeah.
You're an idiot. But you make us laugh. And every week I go, you should come on my show. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, I want to see what she does whenever someone backs her into a corner.
Yeah, and
Has she ever responded to you?
No, not a lot of people do and stuff like that. But you know what? I will get her because I'm not stopping. I'd say who I am, right? I'm going to keep going because I, like her, putting in the work. She'll cite some statistics or something, but you guys know this. What's Mark Twain? There's three kinds of lies: lies, damn lies, and stats and statistics. It's true. I mean, that is. You take one thing as the gospel based on academic. First of all, never read an academic paper because they're all useless, for the most part. Science papers are different, but when these academia papers they push out there are crazy. That's just crazy. And somebody lives like that every day. Goodness me. Coming up, guys, that time of the show where we break it out. Yeah, it's One Hit Wonder Wednesday. What years are you from?
Mine was 75.
75. Bell's, he's really picked those early 70s. What about you, Ken? What year?
Mine is from the 80s, boy.
From the 80s.
From
Mine
the
is
80s.
from this century. Baby, this going to be fun. Get ready. One Hit Wonder Wednesday coming straight up. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 997.
.30 on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got a crash reported 440 westbound at Murphy Road. That's going to be exit 1A in Sylvan Park. Full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. Severe weather blamed for fatalities in Tennessee, particularly in the Chattanooga area, where a family of 3, 2 parents and a child, died when a tree fell on their car due to saturated ground. Images out of Chattanooga show roads and yards completely covered, water in homes and businesses. And they're still under a local state of emergency due to the flooding there. By the way, a man is still missing after being swept away by floodwaters there in Chattanooga. Chicagoans are speaking out about the storm damage they witnessed yesterday.
I saw some really upset people today, people crying, people really devastated with the amount of water that they had in their houses.
Yeah, wind gusts reaching up to 45 miles per hour in some areas of Chicago. Here in Nashville, the parents of the 6-year-old boy shot to death on Friday are now charged with criminal homicide, tampering with evidence, child neglect. Police say surveillance video from a hotel showed the father carrying his limp son out of a room where blood-covered bed sheets were found, weapons, and meth. And entertainment news. Singer Gloria Gaynor among the performers named as this year's Kennedy Center Honor nominees. President Trump, making the announcement this morning, says he's planning to host the ceremony.
He said, I'm the President of the United States. Are you fools asking me to do that? Sir, you'll get much higher ratings. I said, I don't care. I'm President of the United States. I won't do it. They said, please. And then Susie Wells said to me, sir, I'd like you to host. I said, okay, Susie, I'll do it. That's the power she's got.
Yeah, earlier this year, the president ousted Kennedy Center board members appointed by President Biden, and he made himself chairman. That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Time to thin you out. Do with our friends over at Contours. Who are the best? You want to lose inches and you're frustrated because you're working out, you're eating better. It doesn't seem to be happening. It is going to happen for you thanks to Contours. Let me tell you what you do. First, you write down this number, 615-236-9960, 615-236-9960. Call them up. You make a schedule going. It's $99 initial. If you don't lose 2 inches, which they guarantee you, you don't pay, and you're going to lose more than 2 inches. Those love handles, right? Those pinch and inch are now pinch and foot. You want to get rid of it, and you're trying. I'm doing sit-ups. Sometimes we get to that point we need help, and they will help you. It's not invasive, doesn't hurt. It's very relaxing. They're going to take to you. Men, women, get yourselves over there. You're going to love it, and the results are incredible. I'm swimming in my shirts. Thank you, Contours. 615-236-9960 or visit contoursllc.com to schedule. I love Trump. They said, you should host it. I was like, I don't want to. I'm the president of the United States. I would never host something like that. He has been writing jokes for this thing for weeks.
And then Susie Wiles said, do it. I said, okay.
That's what you... I don't want it. Okay, I'll do it. You guys insist. Dude, you made yourself the president, chair, whatever it is. Who else is going to host it?
Susie's his chief of staff, right?
Right.
Yeah, she's the
She's
one who
the only
may have...
person I've ever seen that can actually pull his strings and get him to do stuff.
She has the most influence over him outside of Laura Loomer. But as far as really actually inside the cabinet, nobody has, working with him on a day-to-day basis, nobody has the influence. Even when things get a little shady or even he starts questioning it, he'll look at her, and if she says thumbs down, he ain't doing it. He ain't doing it. We are doing this One Hit Wonder Wednesday. You guys know what this is about. Woo, baby. It's
All right, just a reminder, if you want to get the full segment, you got to listen on the radio because you can't play music on the internet.
Can't play music because you get in trouble. What? You know, I got one of my videos that I got dinged. It had like 2 seconds of Beyonce. And like, can't play that.
Oh, yeah. Beyonce ain't having that. You
No.
don't mess with her.
I know. You know, but it's weird. I can play it here. They had no problem with it. But it was China that banned it.
Really?
Yeah. Or it was really weird. I was like, that's so bizarre. You guys ready? Let's have some fun. You know what this is all about. We pick a song, each of us. One Hit Wonder. They were a flash in the pan. They were an awesome band. But then, as fast as they came, they disappeared. Now it's time for another edition of One Hit Wonder Wednesday. You may not remember the name of the band. But you definitely know the song. All right, Belle, everybody's waiting to hear the great song that you have chosen for us.
Ready?
That's what we're going to get.
Top 5. Ready? Here we go.
What the hell was that?
David Geddes, Run, Joey, Run.
How in the world did that song make it to number 5?
Well, in the 70s, there was this whole era of the quote-unquote soap opera song.
Right.
And that was definitely a soap opera song.
That was awful. Got to number 5? Who's
Number
singing?
4.
David
Geddes.
4.
Geddes is his last name.
And he was just a singer.
Yeah.
Soap opera song.
He wasn't in
One-hit
his
wonder.
Run, Joey, Run. That was it. My goodness me.
Awesome.
Number 12 in Canada, 36 in Australia, 6 in New Zealand.
Number 6 in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah, they enjoy a good story.
Yeah, that's when you know you got to hit.
Yeah, that's it. The 8 people in New Zealand thought, good eye, this is all right then. It is One Hit Wonder Wednesday. We break down the fun of one hit wonders. These bands, singers like Sweet David, whatever the hell his name was, and his sweet song with the...
David Geddes.
Who was the kid?
I don't know who the woman was.
Was it a woman that sang that part?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have no idea.
She was supposed to be the girl he was dating, and the father didn't want him dating.
Yeah, it was awful. Bell picks the worst. You guys know this, so we're not even to. But it's fun
That's way to go, Brother Blair.
I would never heard that song in my life.
Me either.
Never. And I know music, and I've never heard
I
that song.
provide the variety.
Yes, he does.
That's
Lots
way to
of
go,
variety.
Brother Blair.
On to you, Ken. What do you got for us today?
From 1984.
The radio. What? Oh, my Lord. I remember that song. They were going to be huge, Autograph was.
Well, David Lee Roth discovered them and put them on the 1984 tour before they even had a record deal.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, that was, they were interesting. I thought they were going to be something big. It is. Back in the day. Not now, though, because the hair didn't last the way that we wanted them to last. Ladies and gentlemen, Autograph from 1984. For me, I go back to the year of the Lord, 2000.
2000.
I know, right? Normally, I'm in the 70s, the 80s, even the 60s. But if you listen to the opening of this show, in this portion of the program, you recognize one of those songs on there. Brought to you by guys who got together in 1995, and then they had one hit after 5 years of struggling. A hit, by the way, which they refused at times to play on stage because they took advantage of the new metal, the rap metal, Limp Bizkit, Kid Rock stuff. But this guy named Shifty Shellshock wrote a song about his girlfriend, like a poem, and they always talked about butterflies. Sugar, baby. You make me go crazy. Shifty is no longer with us. He died last year of a meth, fentanyl, cocaine overdose. He had problems. He was on one of the first contestants, I think, on Celebrity Rehab, because you guys remember we used to have
I remember that show.
I think everybody on Celebrity Rehab, for the most part, died that first season.
Mike Starr. I think Mike, the former bassist for Alice in Chains, I think he was on that.
The guy from Taxi was on it as well. The Jeff Conway or whatever.
He was also in Grease.
Yeah. So that was not good. Shifty, it was very interesting, though, the way they put this song together. They were looking for a sample. And do you guys know that song is sampled? It's sampled from a band called the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And on Mother's Milk, there's a song called Pretty Ditty or something. And Pretty Little Ditty. And I think it's just, it's so weird because when you listen to it, you're like, okay, wait a minute here. That does sound just like it. That's that one. That's their hit. You're like, okay. And this is the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And the Chili Peppers gave them permission, Shifty said, because everybody who wanted to sample their stuff, they wanted to take the hits of the Chili Peppers. These guys found something that was not really a throwaway. The Chili Peppers liked it, but it wasn't anything big. Most of you didn't even know that. And then that song became a hit. And then as fast as they came, they went. And the problem was they said the crowd would show up because they knew that Crazy Town, which was really Shifty Shellshock and Epic, they had this hit that was like a big number one for weeks and weeks, sold like 6 million copies. Who showed up? Young girls, right? Who thought, oh, this is cool. And their music was like hardcore. So imagine going to see Beethoven and then you show up and then who's on stage? The Autograph.
Or that Getty fella.
Oh, that guy was awful. So there you go.
Gettys.
Geddes.
And no offense if you reside here, sir.
I don't know. Does he reside here?
Probably.
He's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. There you go.
He's dead?
Okay. So, phew. So look at this. Number one in how many countries? This was crazy. How many? Number one in the UK. Number one on the UK rock metal. Number one Billboard. Number one alternative. Number one dance singles. Number one pop in the US.
Wow.
Number one in Denmark, Germany, Greece, Norway, Poland, Romania. That's pretty damn good. And end of the year charts in the United States of America, number 29 on the Hot 100 and the mainstream number 12. Little crazy town. Come, my baby. Come.
I was wrong. He's still alive. He's 75.
Oh, see, now he probably hates us. He's probably going to get a text message.
He's not going to listen to us anymore.
No. First, you guys made fun of the guy that got killed by the rattlesnake, which we didn't. We just warn you, don't touch stuff. Goodness me. So there he goes. One Hit Wonder Wednesday. We delivered again with awesomeness. I get more people. Well, when people aren't attacking me for something else, I get more people say, "Oh, you should do this song. Or you should do that song." And every week from now on, Bell, on Tuesdays, we got to remind ourselves, boys, we need to throw it out to the audience what the next one-hit wonder should be.
Okay.
And any of you looking for obscure, weird, trivial hits, Bell's got them for you.
Brother Bilal knows them.
Who was the other one you were going to do?
Well, I might save it for next week. So I don't want to say it.
That one, I haven't heard this one and the other one. 3 weeks in a row, Bell's played his songs I've never heard before.
I'm giving you a musical education, sir.
You are, kids, you are. Autograph is great.
Yeah. Turn it up.
Turn up the radio.
Yeah, that wasn't an attempt to kiss the ass of the program directors that were deciding the music, was it?
That was a smidge.
I like the video because it tried to show these guys like they were ruffians, like they were really tough. Then when you look really close, their arms were like as thick as toothpicks.
Yeah. It's hard to look tough when you've got a 27-inch waist and you're wearing jewelry with massive hair that's sprayed with Aquanet.
Yeah.
It's hard to go, don't make me kick your ass.
I think the toughest looking metal bands were definitely Wasp.
Yeah.
I think Blackie Lawless, he's like, what, 6'5" or 6'6"
yeah,
or
Blackie's
something.
a big dude.
Chris Holmes, the guitarist, was like 6'6".
So
They were some pretty big dudes. I wouldn't have messed with them.
So it's yeah. But outside of that, a lot of those guys weren't very tough when you look at them.
Motley Crue looked pretty tough on the Shot at the Devil era.
Yeah, Nicky Sixx, man, I think he got into a few scraps. Probably handled his business okay.
It's weird though. You ever seen heavy metal guys fight? It's kind of funny. They got like high heels on and they're trying to fight each other.
I saw where D. Snyder, like he said in the early days when whenever they were just starting out playing clubs and stuff, he said they had to fight all the time because people thought they were drag queens.
Yes. You know who fought a lot? Boy George.
Really?
Boy George do not mess with him. He's a big dude, too.
Really?
Boy's like 6'2", 6'3".
Well, most of his fighting days were when he was doing heroin.
Yeah. Well, but if you got to have some cojones to go outside dressed like that. He dressed like that long before he was a star.
Yeah.
So
you know who actually gave this? They opened for them a few dates, and Lemmy from Motorhead actually gave his stamp of approval to Twisted Sister because he really liked them so much. And once Lemmy said they were cool, that took a lot of the hate off. Took the edge off the hate.
Yeah.
Lemmy looked like he could kick your ass.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, somebody said Alex Terrible, the stage name of Russian vocalist. He's known for extreme vocals, metal covers in English and Russian. And yes, he looks like he's a bare knuckle fighter. Yeah, he looks like he's full of hate and anger. That's for sure. I was curious about I see who is going to be inducted to the Kennedy honors. You got Gloria Gaynor.
Yeah, man.
Kiss.
You got the king of country music,
George Strait. That's right. You've got Gloria Gaynor. I will survive. Oh, wow.
So is it the 4 original members of Kiss, or is it the band as it is now, or is it just
It's
Gene
probably
and
just
Paul?
going to be Kiss. Probably the whole band, whoever was in it.
Interesting. That's a good question.
I mean, wouldn't you think that? I mean, it's like being in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. If you were in a band, you should still be in the band.
Well, that was a sticking point for them, though. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame only inducted the original 4 members and left out the Eric and Tommy, who are the drummer and guitar player now.
Yeah, but how long were they in the band?
Well, Tommy's been in it 20 years, and I think Eric's coming up on about 30.
Wow.
But were they there for the hits?
No, not for the hit.
Yeah, see, I think you got to be there for the hits. Like, you're not putting the Beach Boys in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and going, oh, we're going to put John Stamos in there as well.
Well, you'd have to, though.
Yeah,
He's a Stamos, man. He was
Well,
in,
it's like,
in General Hospital.
it's, what's his name?
and he never ages.
Zach Starkey, right? Whatever his name is. Like, he's been in The Who longer than, than what's his name was ever in The Who. So, yeah,
well, you could add Keith Moon and what was his replacement's name that was in Small Faces. Anyway, you could add both of them together in their tenure, and Zach still blows them away.
Yeah, see, there you go. It's one of those things. I think you got to be there for the hits, though, right? You got to be there for the hits. All right, coming up, this day in history is kind of interesting. We'll do a little bit of that, what happened on this day in history. And it's very interesting because something happened that's pissing off the administration now, but it happened a long time ago. Chad Benson, Superstock, 997. Birch Gold. Let me tell you about gold, kids. It's important. And Birch has you covered. They're A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. They're who I go for. They're my trusted people that I purchase from. Whether you want the physical or whether you're thinking in a much different way, and maybe you got an IRA or 401k and you think, I'd like to move it over, and you get a tax shelter backed by gold itself. It is a smart thing to do at a time of unsettledness globally. People nervous about the economy. The dollar is not really off to a great start this year, and it's still struggling. And the looming, will they or won't they lower rates, it doesn't matter. Gold is a great way to diversify, and Birch is who I suggest. So do this for me. Text the word Benson to 989898 today. They're going to get you out an info kit, absolutely free. You take a look at it, decide if this is good for you. It's no hard sale, no pressure craziness like that. Just a smart way to get information and make a smart decision for yourself. Text the word Benson today to 989898 for Birch Gold.
Severe weather blamed for fatalities in Tennessee. We've learned that a hiker who died after getting bit by a rattlesnake on Friday probably could have avoided that. And Louisville officials addressing violence after a woman was fatally shot walking a child to the bus stop. These stories and more coming up at 1 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Time to have a little bit of fun. That's pretty much what we do here. That's kind of our jam. Let's find out what happened on this day in history. Oh, wrong one. I've got so many things here that I pulled up. Trump derangement syndrome. That you guys are probably thinking, oh, that's Chad. He's got Trump derangement syndrome because I get that every day from you. I do. You guys know it. You guys
You're libtard.
Libtard. I didn't get called that yesterday on the golf course, but I should have. But I was going to say today, this day in history is interesting. First of all, how they know this day in history followed the Aztec Empire. How would you guys know today was the day? It's like, this was it. Put it on the calendar, boys.
Exactly.
Which I found interesting. But on this day in history, 1997, debuted on the Cartoon Network. Bridges everywhere. Going down Sapa.
Les Claypool.
Yep. Primus. Did you know that was not the original? You guys want to hear the original song that they had?
Yeah.
It is creepy. This was the original version of it. So that was the original version of it. And do you guys remember the first episode?
No.
Cartman.
Yeah, it's an anal probe.
It's an anal probe. It was an anal probe from space, and he didn't believe it until they came down and got him.
You know what yesterday was the anniversary of?
What?
34th anniversary of the Black Album by Metallica.
Look at that.
Yes, sir.
Look at that. There you go, kids. All those years ago, 1997, South Park debuted on Comedy Central. Coming up, hour number 2 of the program. We'll see if we can do some Trump derangement syndrome. If you're missing the show, shame on you. Grab the podcast.
Shame.
Shame. Chad Benson.
Shame.
One o'clock on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top story. Severe weather getting the blame for killing people in Tennessee, particularly in the Chattanooga area where a mother, father, and a child died in East Ridge after a tree fell on their car. Chattanooga Airport says yesterday was the wettest day in history for that city. A man is missing after being swept away by floodwaters in Chattanooga. And a local state of emergency due to the flooding there in Hamilton County is still in effect. We've learned that the hiker who died after getting bit by a rattlesnake on Friday in Grundy County had picked up the snake and was bitten on the hand. Authorities found him about a half mile down the trail, tried to get him to the hospital in time, but he died. Rattlesnake bites are rare in Tennessee, but Grundy County Emergency Management Director Matthew Griffith tells News 2 the best thing to do when you encounter a snake is to stay away.
But the best thing to do is try to remain still, calm, back away. Don't try to approach the snake, of course. Keep your distance as much as possible.
Yeah, about 50 rattlesnake bites per year in Tennessee. And in Kentucky, Louisville officials addressing violence after a woman was fatally shot walking a child to the bus stop.
Officers and detectives have since worked with JCPS police to identify and locate a 15-year-old suspect who we have taken into custody.
Police Chief Paul Humphrey on whether the parents of that kid are going to be charged.
It's appropriate that this parent was somehow contributing to this level of violence that this kid was involved in. We'll make sure that that's dealt with appropriately, and we'll handle that.
Yeah, last week another 15-year-old was arrested for firing shots in this same area with several children present. A new poll shows more Americans are accepting the fact that alcohol may not be so great for you. Here's ABC's Sherry Preston.
A quarter of all those polled by Gallup recently said they had consumed either beer, wine, or spirits in the past 24 hours, a record low in the annual survey about Americans and alcohol. A little over 50% of adults say they do drink, but that same amount, a little over half, say they think even moderate alcohol consumption can be a health hazard. Earlier this year, outgoing Surgeon General Vivek Murthy recommended labels on booze bottles clearly outlining the link between alcohol and cancer.
Entertainment news. Rock band Kiss among the performers named at this year's Kennedy Center Honor nominees, and
was a young troubadour,
the king of country music, George Strait.
an old troubadour.
President Trump made the announcement this morning. He says he's going to host the ceremony. That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
So, Trump heading out to the magical world of Alaska. Been there on a cruise. Wasn't as exciting as trying to end a massive war. I liked Alaska, though. I'll tell you that. If you're going to do one cruise, Alaska's it. If you do one, do Alaska. Let me tell you what's going to happen this weekend. Nothing. Trump, I'm going to go, feel him out, see what he does. They're going to go. There's nothing that can happen. There isn't. Unless he can get him to give up everything. What did you say yesterday, Ken, that he wanted him to demilitarize Zelensky?
Yeah. Putin wants Ukraine to demilitarize, denaziize,
that
as
was
he
the great
said.
one. That's the What's the reason we start war first time? Oh, denazi. Get rid of the Nazis. Okay.
Yeah, so, and then you've got Zelensky, who says we're not giving up any land.
No. Well, you're going to have to. But Trump's saying you're just going to face the consequences. No, he isn't, because we don't. Trump doesn't want to look and honestly say, all right, I'm going to hit India with stuff that is so insane that or we're just going to just completely stop trade with India, because we won't. We can't. It hurts us, then it hurts chances of being reelected. And he's not going to do anything when it comes to Japan or any of these other things. So it doesn't matter. Those are his recourses. Either you tell him, okay, here's the deal, Pooter. If you're going to do this and you don't want to throw more money at it, because let's remember, the whole thing is, America first, we're not going to give any more money. We want to get out of this thing, whatever. He wants his Nobel Peace Prize, and it's sad. I don't think he would get one. I think if he came up with the peace process in Israel, he may have a shot. But that's a big if, because it's such a political thing anyways. So I don't know what I guess you could tell the Pooter, all right, man, if you're not going to do this, then we have no choice. I'm going to have to just start giving them every weapon that they ask for. And we're not going to do the slow roll like Biden did. That's the other recourse. And I don't think Trump wants that. I think Trump's best bet is I got to go. Because Trump understands who's got the upper hand. Putin has no reason. While their economy has struggled at times, it's not been as bad as it could, because outside of hitting the oligarchs with big sanctions, there's not a lot going on. There's not a lot you can do, because they can go around. They could buy from here. They could buy from there. They could buy from here. They could sell there. They could sell there. And you don't have a choice. And if I'm Trump, you know what I'm doing? I'm sending my people over there, and I'm having them talk to other politicians in Ukraine going, look, you could have gotten out of this a long time ago. You didn't. You tried to bite off more than you could chew because you thought that the ride was going to go on forever, and you fought your ass off. Don't take that away from them. You guys have done everything. We will assure you that if you give up this area, this land, whatever it is, the Donbass region, a few other places, you're going to get back a couple other things, but those are like throwaways compared to what you're giving up. But we do assure you that we will back you if he does something in the future. But this is what you're going to have to give up.
Didn't we kind of make that promise once already?
We did. It didn't go well. That was the other guy.
Oh, it was the other.
This one needs to be a little bit more bindy-ish, because the other one was like, well, we said it, but we didn't really mean it. It's like, I didn't know. I didn't see it. You guys didn't get it notarized.
We had our fingers crossed behind our back.
Yeah, you guys did get it notarized. That's kind of what's going to happen. And that's the best. Man, you are playing poker with somebody who's got a royal flush, and you've got goofy cards that don't match. There's the suits are all different. You've got nothing going for you. You're playing Uno at this point. I mean, it's that bad. It is. That's why I would, while talking to Zelensky, I would be sending over the Witkoff types to get on the ground. Even somebody like, well, you can't send Lindsey Graham over.
He wants to bomb everything.
Yeah, he does. You need to send over people that you think, okay, go talk to these politicians and talk to his cabinet. Talk to the people that can get around him and make him understand that this is the best way of stopping this. And we're gonna give you the other thing you want: security in knowing that an attack on you, you're not going to be in NATO, but knowing that an attack on you will be an attack that we will back up. And we mean it this time. Like last time, we Lucy'd you with Charlie Brown in the football. We won't do that this time. We totally did, too, when you think about it. It's kind of like not a cool thing. So it is, it'll be interesting. It'll be very interesting to see. What did he say? I think Trump, Ray said, I think Trump should go Friday and meet Putin and tell him he's going to allow Ukraine to enter NATO. Well, I think that's also the other thing. They'll probably tell you, look, on the back, we'll sign it in invisible ink.
But NATO's going to say, no, he's not.
Yeah, because they're going to get dragged into it. But we'll sign it in invisible. When Putin's dead, we'll allow you guys to get in NATO. There you go. That's the best we're going to do, and we'll protect you if anything goes sideways right now.
I mean, wasn't this buffer, if you will, this was on purpose? NATO didn't want Ukraine for a reason.
Yeah, they didn't want it. They wanted the buffer just like they did.
Yeah, exactly.
But they screwed with him. Well, you know what? NATO didn't screw so much with him the way that I think he was always looking for an excuse. His problem is he wanted to go after Nazis. Then it was, well, the West is encroaching on me. I need to show my strength. And then it was, but I've dreamed since I was a youngster to rebuild the Soviet Union because it was the greatest disaster of my life. Pick which one you think it is.
Maybe he'll just come to the conclusion he's just a murderer.
I think he knows that.
Yeah.
But when you're dealing with somebody who is that, they don't care about another body.
Yeah, exactly.
And that,
all the killing, it does not bother him. Obviously. I mean, he's just throwing his people out there, man.
You know, what did Stalin say? The death of one is a tragedy. The death of a million, that's a statistic. Because you don't know a million. You know the one.
Right.
And that's the way he looks at it. These people that are over there, he's not sending his best forces, his Spetsnaz, and those people are way back. They sent some early, and they got creamed, and they realized it was going to be a slog. He's not wasting them. He's gambling you'll run out of bullets or men before he runs out of bullets and men.
Right.
Because he knows he's not going to. And we're not going to go to the mat as far as big trade wars and embargoes and all this kind of stuff on, the countries that we would really have to go after. And like you said, India's a big deal. We've already kind of done that, but it's not because we have too much stuff there, like pharmaceuticals and things that we get from them that it's just.
And keeping China at bay.
And that's our buffer. That's our buffer, So, and, I would remind him, too. He's like, you're worried about NATO? Yeah, I'm worried about NATO. So your goal is to overthrow Ukraine so you're right next to a country that's in NATO. Is that your goal? Your goal was you were worried about NATO coming to you, so instead you went to NATO. And the way that he would like to, his dream is to take over Ukraine and install, a puppet. That's the dream. And that isn't going to happen. That isn't. I mean, and I don't think the West is going to allow that to happen either because that also puts them closer to to NATO. But nobody's winning this. At the end of the day, Ukraine survived and they didn't get, trucked like they could have. They could have been boat raced had the world not stepped up. But you got to look for an off-ramp. Just as much as Putin does, you have to look for an off-ramp. But right now, he's got no reason to. I want to see what the world would do, though, if they really had a breakout and started their way to Kyiv. And you're like, oh, they're going to Kyiv now. They're not going to, this isn't going to be stopped. What does that look like? And Poland's just itching for a fight. Come on, just come across. Just come on, just do it. I'm going to kick your butt.
Yeah, I don't think Putin would do that. I don't think he'd mess with Poland.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't mess with Poland. Not right now. Not right now. They're looking over and they're going, Germany, once we're done with them, we're coming after you.
Yeah.
We owe everybody something.
Just waiting.
Oh, my goodness me. It's going to be interesting, though. So, and a lot of people say, well, Trump is playing checkers, chess while everybody else is playing checkers. He's got his, this is one of those things. He's got his work cut out for him. But I also think he's tempering everybody with don't expect too much. Right? You guys should really focus on the fact that I'm giving out the honors at the Kennedy Center, even though I don't want to do it. I didn't want to do it.
Susie says I have to.
It's going to make it the greatest ratings in the history. Our new guy for the BLS, who's putting together the BLS numbers, is going to make it the greatest ratings of all time. I feel like if the ratings weren't good, he would fire Nielsen. Spoke to Nielsen yesterday. We fixed it. Every house in America watched my show. Trump wants to be, he wants to be the happy authoritarian. He wants that. He wants everybody he wants to be loved. That's why he wants this Nobel Peace Prize. And I would love to see him get it. Because, man, he just wants peace. Because he wants to make money. Guys, you think he just sits there and it's like, come on, guys, we can make a whole bunch of money. Man, it's a crazy world. As far as them taking over D.C., and I'll talk about this a little bit later. The freak out of the left is kind of funny. I mean, it is. It is. He's got every right to do this. Even Bowser's like, yeah, there's problems. Yeah, and the way that they've figured, and the way that they've gone about, because people have questioned their statistics, and it's odd the way that they've done their statistics. And the guy that does it, they suspended him in May. And several reasons, one of which it had something to do, his wife's also a cop, and there was some issues. He had filed a lawsuit, and then within a week, they suspended him, and then it was crazy. But the way that they do stuff, and this is, everybody does, it's like unemployment. Like we always talk about how everybody messes with the numbers. So if you're unemployed and you're on for, was it 52 weeks? Is that as long as you can be on unemployment? I think 52 weeks.
I think it varies by state, actually.
Yeah, so let's just say you're on for 52 weeks. That's a year. And then you fall off the unemployment rolls. You're no longer on unemployment, but you haven't found a job. You're still unemployed technically, but they don't count you anymore. It's almost like you fell off the earth as far as the number goes. The way that they did it in D.C. that's being questioned is, okay, somebody got shot, but we just put aggravated assault, person went to the hospital. So while it's a felony, it wasn't the kind of thing that they have to report to the FBI. So therefore, the crime numbers, while they did report it, they didn't have to report certain numbers to the FBI, which is why even the union head there's like, yeah, there's no way this is true. There's no way this is true. And I find that fascinating. Not all of it, again, are they down 30%? No. Are they down 15? Maybe. Are they down where they think they are? No, because everybody plays with the numbers. We talk about that all the time. Numbers are easily messed with when you can take out the stuff that you don't want people to see and then try to average it in a way you want. You'd be surprised what you can get. Absolutely. Coming up, more White Woman Wednesday. This one is fantastic. White people, you need to listen to this one, okay? This is extra white today. This one is.
Mayonnaise white?
Oh, I didn't tell. When I come back, guys, our love of mayonnaise. I got a story for us about mayonnaise.
All right.
Oh, it's going to be a party, kids. You missing the show, shame when you grab the podcast. White Woman Wednesday, straight ahead. Chad Benson, Super Talk 997. All right, kids. Rough Greens. You need fuel for your day? We all do. Rough Greens, the same thing. Adds fuel for your animal every single day for your dog. It is incredible. Absolutely awesome. So I reach for, in the morning, some of you coffee, some of you that. Yeah, we reach for our stuff, right? Gets us going. It's the same thing with the dogs. They need some fuel. This gives them that fuel, that energy. It's got omega-3, 6, 9. It's got vitamins, minerals. It's living, probiotics and stuff inside of this. These enzymes are incredible. And you just put it on top of your dog's food. It's one scoop on top of your dog's food. One scoop. And voila. You watch what happens. It's going to improve their coat. It's going to improve their energy level, their disposition. It's going to help with their aches and pains and their mobility, especially when their joints. And when it comes to their heart health and their immune system, it is awesome. Try a Jumpstart trial bag of Rough Greens today. It's a $20 value. All they ask you to do is cover the cost of shipping. It's just a few bucks. That's it. All you have to do is cover the cost. They send it out to you. It's a $20 value. RUFFgreens.com/Chad. Roughgreens.com/Chad.
Severe weather blamed for fatalities here in Tennessee. We've learned that the hiker who died from a snake bite Friday in Grundy County had picked up the rattlesnake. The rock band Kiss among the performers named as this year's Kennedy Center Honor nominees. But it's not just music. We'll tell you about it at 1:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Trump will be headlining. Get your tickets now.
Susie says I have to.
2-drink minimum. Make sure you tip your waiters and waitresses. I'll be at Zany's next week.
Don't be trying to steal any of my staff.
Totally. White Woman Wednesday. This is where we give you the opportunity to hear our good friend Kelsey, who is, well, she's amazing. She's very much the victim and wants to tell everybody else how much they suck. What school did she go to, guys? Anybody remember?
Brown.
Brown it is. This one, though, this one is spectacular.
People's racism stems from jealousy, 100%.
So, where do we start, guys? White people don't dance. We have no rhythm. We're afraid to eat anything spicy because it could be ethnic.
Yeah, and we need to stop celebrating Christmas.
Because it's a pagan holiday. No. Oh, there are a few paganish, yes. Easter, not even close. I don't know where you got that. Well, my professor at school in gender studies told me, yeah, okay. I love we don't get together. We don't have friends and big cookouts and crowds. We don't know how to dance.
Yeah, I like how she says we're jealous of black people's big cookouts.
Well,
why? Why would
I'm jealous of anybody's cookout if I'm not invited, but it doesn't mean like, hey guys, I'm sorry. I found out that black people, they patented cooking out. That is
these people, man. I'm telling you, she was definitely indoctrinated at Brown.
Yes. It is. I'm probably going to get hate for this, but also white people, we don't get together anymore because we don't know how to get together. Do you guys know that? We don't even know how to. We don't know how to talk. We can't dance. So Italian Americans, but they're Americans. But people of Italian heritage, that doesn't count. No, anybody? I mean, we can go on and on. There's a lot of other, people that are, I guess, Caucasians. They don't count. They don't have heritage.
And you have to talk like this.
Yes. Do you think that? I wonder what it's like to be her every day.
I picture her from time to time in the fetal position crying uncontrollably.
Yes.
Whenever she starts having episodes.
Yeah. It is, and it's an episode. I think it's right.
Yeah.
Like something will happen.
Yeah, she'll be manic. I would not be surprised if she's bipolar.
Oh, no way. Of course. You know how she diagnosed it? Probably online.
Yeah.
Like most people do nowadays. Dr. Google. I feel very bipolar.
Dr. Google.
I bet you are. But that is, I'm always fascinated with the thought process where the victim mentality, but you're also making sure that you're trying to be a hero. And like, if I shame all of my people, this makes me somehow good.
Right.
To other people. And the other people like, what are you talking about? Are you jealous of cookouts? That was.
I mean, she's so incredibly racist in her rants.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. Somebody said go to an AC/DC concert. You'll see how white people gather. Yeah. So Roman Catholics, let me tell you something. You guys got nothing. You don't know how to get together. I've never, so if you go to Ireland, a predominantly white, with a little bit of Pakistani, well, a lot more than that now, but that's predominantly white. Is that a culture or is that just a country without a culture? That's a good question. And I thought everybody wanted us to be the melting pot. We shouldn't have any culture outside of America. Yeah, but it's different because black people don't know how to swim, and it's also your fault.
yeah. That was what we played from her last hour.
Oh, she's great. She's fantastic. We got more of her coming up, among other things. A lot of stuff to get to. We'll talk a little bit about what's going on in D.C., the homelessness. What can they do? What won't they do? Also, audio from Uvalde. And it is heartbreaking, and it is also something that should when I did the story today on my national show, I had a visceral reaction because I played video with it. And I tell you what, it is beyond frustrating. It is just insane. We'll talk about that, among other things, straight ahead. Chad Benson, Super Talk 997.
1:30 on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. I can tell you we're probably going to be getting some heavy rain here in the next hour or so. There's a line of it right now moving toward Nashville from the northwest of us. It just passed through Clarksville about a half hour ago. It's headed this way. Just some heavy rain. Severe weather blamed for fatalities in Tennessee, particularly the Chattanooga area where a family of 3 was killed in East Ridge when a tree fell on their car. It killed a mother, father, and a child. There's also a man still missing after being swept away by floodwaters in Chattanooga. Chicagoans speaking out about the storm damage they witnessed yesterday.
A lightning strike hit the far tree, and basically it knocked into the other tree and smashed it right into our place.
Yeah, wind gusts up to 45 miles per hour in some areas of Chicago yesterday. Back here in Tennessee, we've learned that the hiker who died from a snake bite Friday in Grundy County had picked up the rattlesnake before he was bitten on the hand. A sad lesson to learn, as snake bites are rare in Tennessee, but officials say seeing them is not.
Well, it's probably going to happen. But the best thing to do is try to remain still, calm, back away. Don't try to approach the snake, of course. Keep your distance as much as possible.
About 50 snake bites are reported statewide each year. Entertainment news, the rock band Kiss among performers named as this year's Kennedy Center Honor nominees. Remember when they went disco? President Trump announced the nominees this morning there at the Kennedy Center, but it's not just music.
It's very few, almost, if any, people that could have taken a name and made it so incredible, like Rocky, Rambo, Creed, and others. But think of it, Rocky, Rambo, if you did one, you're good.
Actor Sylvester Stallone is honored and nominated. Trump says he's going to host that event later this year. That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
It's back to school time. And Busy Bee, heating and cooling. They're bringing the buzz and big savings to you. And they're giving away some amazing things, too, to help out when it comes to school. How about this? You got any issues right now with your septic? Don't worry. They're going to school you on that. 15% off. That's septic work like main drain lines, the whole home repipe, any of that stuff. They got you covered there. But for the school year, if you go and you upgrade your HVAC system, right, you're going to get entered in to win Healthy Hive giveaway. It's a $1,500 sponsorship to a local school. How cool would that be? Now, it's got to be within the service area. And forget the red apple, as they like to say. Who brings a red apple, right? You know, like Starbucks. Forget any of that. You know what you're going to do? You're going to get yourself a Beehive membership, and you're going to gift it to a teacher, faculty member, coach inside the school area, district area, and the service area. And that's awesome. Imagine what they can do with that. That's incredible. It's the little things they do. It's buy one, gift one. It's simple and easy. Right now, call them today, no matter what you've got when it comes to plumbing, heating and air, or just to get the membership. They'll take care of you, and it's great to have that membership. Plus, you can gift one to a teacher. How about that? 775-7833, 775-7833, or visit busybhvac.com to schedule. I get hit up all the time on like LinkedIn and things like that for people who want to, like, from India who want to, like a lot of places, Pakistan, because they want to, let me help you grow your, your podcast downloads and stuff like that. My new favorite one today. Her name is Kath, and her last name is Lean.
Boy, that's original.
Oh, my Lord. That is... Kath Lean.
Just click on link.
Long time. One time, long time. That's it. Be same hour every day. Oh, my goodness. Trump took over D.C. I spoke today to one of the reporters over at the Daily Caller. Her name was Ashley Brassfield, and she's out there. And the thing I want to, like, what's the homeless? Because the homeless thing is the big thing for a lot of people. The crime is bad, but, the homeless thing is a nightmare. And you're not fixing the homeless problem. These are not people that are a paycheck two or behind, and it just went sideways for them. Like, they lost a paycheck. Next thing you know, they're doing meth. That's nothing else I could do, just some meth. No, we know what it is. And everybody's like, they're threatening with jail. Well, that's because we don't have any places, loony bins, mental wards, whatever you want to call them. The way back in the day, there was supposed to be these opportunity to grow neighborhood mental facilities rather than having state hospitals. So neighborhood facilities, smaller areas that they were, and they just never did. Reagan got rid of everything, but there was supposed to be something behind it, and it never came. It never came. The left always makes you think that Reagan, well, he just closed up shop, threw them all out. No, there was supposed to be other things behind it where it was going to be more of a community taking care of people in the community, not shipping people off to somewhere far away to help people get well. But the kind of mental illness that people had comparatively, because you've got this weird world now where, is it drugs and now you're mentally ill because it kind of fried you? Or did you take so many drugs that you've now mentally aren't there? Giving people a new home isn't going to fix this. It isn't. You can hand a new home to all of these people. And let me tell you what's going to happen. They're going to do drugs. They're going to break it up. They're going to steal everything in it. They're going to eventually go back on those streets. We saw that in California. They built one-bedroom apartments. It was supposed to be this amazing thing, right? So they built this one-bedroom, so these giant high-rise, way more expensive to build, too, almost like $850,000, somewhere around in there, per one-bedroom, one-bath. And within days, it was broken. People were loitering. They're doing drugs. It became just all the things. When D.C. was built, the founding fathers looked up and they said, all right, here's the deal. First of all, they always talk about statehood, which makes me laugh. Even Trump brought that up today because they're always talking about, like, well, you know what? We'll make them a state. You're not making them a state. It's not going to happen. That's not what they're, that was never the point. The point about D.C. is it's supposed to be neutral. No state has an advantage.
Statehood is ridiculous. We want to straighten the place out. Statehood's ridiculous. It's unacceptable.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Because then it would be a state. And now where are we going to move? We've already got all the states. Is somewhere else? No. They wanted something that was impressive, but not royalty gauche. That was truly the people's house. That the average person could come and represent their state, their municipality there, and that royalty would see that this isn't something that's behind the walls and it's magic and all of this stuff. No, that this is the place where the average person could get to. But when you got to step over people, that ain't cool. It isn't. And they've allowed this to happen. And I always hear we're going to, let's enforce the laws. Let's try this. Let's try. Enforcing the laws is the most important thing. Trump didn't do anything crazy at the border. He's like, let's just enforce all the laws. You catch somebody, turn around and send them back. And we're not doing anything crazy. You don't need to.
That's all he did the first term, too,
Yeah.
was just enforce the laws on the books.
Yeah. Hey, Jimmy's got a gun. He's shooting into the air, and he's doing cocaine, and he's punching a baby. Well,
defund the police.
How about defund the babies? I didn't know babies fought like that.
Yeah.
But, right, like that's where they went to, defund the police. Like I said yesterday, you guys want to play the defund police thing? I'm fine with that. Let's defund the police for the people who don't want it. For the people who do want the police, you keep on your merry business. If you have a problem over here, person, and somebody attacks you, you can call a counselor. There are ways. Look, I've always said we need to modernize policing. There's no doubt we need to absolutely modernize policing. And by doing that, it makes, A, better for the community, better for the police, safer. But if somebody goes and punches a baby, shoots a gun, and does cocaine in front of everybody while he's selling it, and you say, I'm going to let him out on his own recognizance, and I know that's his 28th arrest this afternoon, but you're not enforcing. You're not. That's the frustrating thing. And you see what, when Xi Jinping came here to California, and I don't know what Gavin Newsom did like every kid did when you better pick up your room before your mom gets home, and you stuff everything underneath the bed and you throw it in the closet. Right? Like if she opens the closet, she's going to die because it's all going to collapse on her. That's what he did. So the streets can look great. I'm going to tell you right now, we have the world coming to us next year. The World Cup. The biggest sporting event on earth. It dwarfs the Olympics. It's coming here next year. Do you think our streets are going to be like they are now? No, every city's going to go, okay, hurry up, clean it up, clean it up, clean it up. It should be that way in D.C. all the time. It should. And it's about doing it with dignity, which is a big deal, but also being honest, which people don't like because they don't want to hear. Because when you live in a world of only feelings, that's not going to get you anywhere. Just get you smacked in the face. And it gets that stupid nonsense. We're like, we should defund the police. Just absurd. That is absurd. Well, one police officer was bad. Well, yeah, that happens. So if you have a bad teacher, should we say nobody should go to school ever again? No education.
I'd have gone for that back in the 70s
I know,
and 80s.
I would have as well.
Sounds good to me. Shame.
Shame. Shame. But my friends, I got friends in D.C., and I would talk to them all the time, and they're like, have you ever been to town? It's like, no, never. But he goes, the homelessness thing in certain areas, it's gross. And it's certain areas, like every big city. There's a certain area or two where you, like, what would be the area here besides Naked Roundabout Park here, which is really filling up lately?
There was a park in Belmead that was getting overrun. I mean, people could no longer recreate there because of all of the tents. But it just wasn't. It wasn't just the tents. It was the trash.
Yes.
And in fact, there was a horrible story where a toddler apparently died because the child's parents, were just not right.
Well, like today, you're doing that, thing on because parents do, that's also a big thing. I was telling Pell yesterday, we were watching a video of these people going, I'm the baby's, I'm the pregnant mama's cousin. I'm her sister. I'm her friend. And they're all holding babies that are, and then she came out. And
they got balloons under their shirts like they're pregnant.
They're popping them. And then the lady came out who was pregnant, and she was just disgusting. And I thought to myself, man, that kid had no chance.
Right.
It is. And you see that, right? You see like that poor kid so was that kid shot that those meth heads that just got arrested? Is that what happened?
Yeah. They tried to say that it happened in a yard in Paragon Mills, but detectives say they traced their vehicle's GPS and were able to then get a hold of some surveillance footage outside a hotel and saw the father carrying the limp child to a vehicle, which they later found bloody bed sheets in and then meth and a rifle.
Just parenting, man. Sometimes you think there should be a license. There should be a license. Sometimes you wish that family, they have a baby, and the doctor looks at him and goes, no, we're taking this away from you.
Yeah, there is one story that I covered in Tulsa. I was kind of the roving reporter.
Yeah.
There for KVOO radio. And I would go to the shootings, the house fires and all of that. And went to a house fire one time, and there was a lot of people standing out around. There was this she was a girl holding a baby, maybe 17 years old, and it's a cute little baby. And, reporters are standing there among the other, sightseers, if you will, the gawkers. And I said, that sure is a cute little baby you have. And she says, you can have the little MFer if you want. And
serious.
And she was dead serious. And I just thought, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, and over the years, I have wondered what has become of that child.
Outside of a miracle, probably jail.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, it's It's the sad truth of so many things. Parenting is the most important job you will ever do, right? And at the same time, it is it's a job where too many idiots have kids.
Yeah.
And the cycle is easy to repeat.
And it does.
It does.
It just keeps happening.
Oh, completely. Completely keeps every one of you listening right now has been somewhere and you've been at a Target, probably a Walmart, or somewhere like that, Dollar General, or just walking down the street, and you've seen a couple or somebody with their kids, and you go, that kid has no chance. No chance. And you don't want it to be true, but it's true. You're looking at that kid who maybe 2 or 3, and, you're thinking to themselves, this is the best it's going to get for you right now, barring a miracle. And that's a sad thing. It is. It is. And that's the way I feel like the homeless, like the homeless shelter over here that we went and did that thing.
The Nashville Rescue Mission.
Nashville Rescue Mission. And you talk to the people and they got kids and stuff. And you think to yourself, this is no place for a kid. And a lot of times it's because, especially moms, they stayed with a guy who's the worst human being on earth and he hits her and then they're not escaping and their life it's hell. Shouldn't be that way. But it is. It is. Yeah, that Nashville Rescue Mission, they do God's work over there, kids.
They do, man. I love the portion of it that they've opened it for just moms and their kids.
Yes.
I think that's great. That's
Absolutely.
a great organization to give to if you're looking for somebody.
Yeah, and they take in dogs too.
Yeah,
The
they
homeless-
do.
Yeah, so because a lot of the homeless people will not accept help if they have to leave their pet outside.
And because if you're homeless, especially if you've got, maybe you suffer with PTSD, you're not a hardcore druggie, you may drink or stuff, but it's a chronic thing where you go and you're super bipolar probably and all this stuff. You need that dog is your companion in everything.
It's your family.
It's probably the only family you have in many ways. And it's sad. So you got to do, like Trump needs to do this, but he needs to do it with dignity. And you do it with dignity and you try and you show people, look, we can't have this. And we got to take money out of the equation because there's no way somebody should be drawing $500,000 to $1 million salary at a nonprofit while they have zero results. Zero results. All right, coming up, we got more fun. We'll talk. I think Trump's going to do something with weed. So we'll see what that's
He's going to smoke it? Drink it.
No. He doesn't. He's like me. He's a teetotaler.
Oh, that's right.
He's a teetotaler, but I don't think he cares that you do. We'll talk a little about that straight ahead. Chad Benson, Super Talk 997. Bulwark Capital, you need to get a second set of eyes on that thing called your portfolio, your retirement, your investments, because you don't really know, right? Like sometimes you don't hear from your person for 3, 4, 5 months. Oh, who knows what's going on? You get a statement every once in a while. Could you be doing better? Are there hidden fees? Let Bulwark give you a second opinion. Doesn't hurt to get a second opinion. And guess what? It costs nothing. Getting a fresh perspective, especially when it comes to your retirement, you get one of these things. You want to make it work for you. Bulwark's going to show you what they're all about. And I swear by them. Zach is my man. The work they do is incredible. They're up in a ridiculous way this year. And they also are active managers. They think globally, not just, hey, we're going to stick you in a whole bunch of stuff here on the S&P and the NASDAQ and we'll move on. That's not what they're about. They build you a plan that's for you and where you want to be. So get this free Know Your Risk review from my friends over at Bulwark. Go to knowyourriskpodcast.com. That's knowyourriskpodcast.com today. Sign up for it. It's absolutely free. It's not going to cost you anything, a little time, or call 866-779-RISK for Bulwark Capital Management. Investment advisory service offered through Trek Financial LLC and SEC registered investment advisor. Investment involved risk, not a guarantee. Past performance not guarantee future results. Check 25217. We were having fun. Leave us alone. The Wellness Institute of Nashville. If you're like me, maybe you've had a bad back, you're going to want to go right now to the Wellness Institute. All right, go to painisbad.com or call 615-246-5009. I don't have a bad back. I went out and played golf yesterday. Let me tell you how good my back is. Thank you, Dr. Ashley. I drive out, hop out, go play golf. I didn't really even warm up, and full swings. Never had to worry about my back. It was amazing. Right now, Big Daddy Trump special, $12, comprehensive exam, x-rays if needed, and they're going to explain the diagnosis all in the first treatment. No surgery, no spinal injections, no painkillers. You got an MRI? Bring it. Start a pain-free life. It is possible. Call the Wellness Institute in Nashville today, 615-246-5009, 615-246-5009, or go to painisbad.com.
Got new developments in the shooting death of a 6-year-old boy in Nashville, and drivers got a crash in Rivergate, 65 northbound near Vietnam Veterans Boulevard. Also, debris is now in the road. TDOT says it's blocking 65 northbound near Harding Place. Traffic every 10 minutes every morning on Supertalk 99.7 WTN. And we got the top stories coming up at 2.
The top stories. We've got them in 3D Technicolor. You know that, so yesterday, you guys said, hey, I heard a commercial about mayonnaise.
Yeah.
I said, you did what? I said, yeah. So I go downstairs to our big sales guy. I said, Dave, I don't know if you're aware of this. Mayonnaise is the official condiment of the Chad Benson Show. And he's like, what are you talking about? He goes, you guys still talking about mayonnaise from the other day? I said, we've been talking about mayonnaise since the day we were born. And he goes, oh, really? And I said, you need to hook this up. And he goes, you know what? You guys are probably right. So I said, I mean, we'll take shirts and all the mayonnaise you can handle.
You bet.
It'll be awesome. And he goes, you know what? Let me see what I can do. Because nobody can sell mayonnaise like we can.
You know what my snack was Friday night?
What?
This is going to be weird. I eat weird things.
Tell me more.
Little beef chips, like these little salami circles.
Yeah.
A little square of cheddar cheese, and I dipped them in mayonnaise.
That's what God wants right there, kids.
An entire bowl of it.
Whew. By the way, my buddy, Jim Kenny Institute of Public Policy Research, he just texted me, sent me a story. Stephen Miller's wife, did you see this? Says mayonnaise is the only condiment he will eat. Probably because it's white, but still. Can't believe you said that. I mean, it was probably true, but still. Coming up, hour number 3 of the program. It's the Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 997.
Two o'clock on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got some rain in the neighborhood, folks. We've got a line of what could be some very heavy rain right now, moving just to the south, actually moving south. It is northwest of Nashville, but moving south right now. We'll keep an eye on that. Just heavy rain. New developments in the shooting death of a 6-year-old boy on Friday. Channel 4's Joylyn Bukovac says Metro Police are now charging the father, Freddie Martinez, and the mother, Karen Salgado, with criminal homicide, child neglect, and evidence tampering.
Investigators believe the 6-year-old boy was shot inside a South Nashville motel room. Police say surveillance video shows the parents outside when their 8-year-old came to get them. Then Martinez is seen carrying their 6-year-old son limp in his arms to their SUV. Inside of that car, detectives later found a stolen rifle, bloody bed sheets, and nearly 7 grams of meth.
Police in Louisville addressing violence perpetrated by teenagers.
A young woman was walking to the bus stop with a young child this morning when shots were fired by a suspect. When LMPD officers arrived on scene, they located this woman. She was transported to University of Louisville Hospital, where she was pronounced deceased.
Louisville Metro Police Department Chief Paul Humphrey.
Officers and detectives have since worked with JCPS police to identify and locate a 15-year-old suspect who we have taken into custody.
Last week, another 15-year-old was arrested for firing shots in this same area with several children present. President Trump says he had a good conversation with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky ahead of Friday's conversation with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Alaska.
We'll have a quick second one. I would like to do it almost immediately. And we'll have a quick second meeting between President Putin and President Zelensky and myself if they'd like to have me there.
Zelensky, according to a statement, said he told President Trump Putin is bluffing about his successes in the war and that his end goal is to occupy Ukraine. Trump says if that is the case,
There will be very severe consequences, yes.
it seems Americans may be rethinking their relationship with something they've had a long history with. Alcohol.
In 2015, 28% of U.S. adults said even moderate alcohol consumption is a health risk. A decade later, that number's jumped to 53%. And the increase is being driven by a growing number of younger adults who say even 1 or 2 drinks a day can have adverse effects on your health. More people are also abstaining completely. 54% of those surveyed by Gallup do say they drink either wine, beer, or spirits, but that's the lowest number than at any point in the past 3 decades.
Sherry Preston reporting, and the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
A lot of thunder, a lot of strucking going on. Russia is going to face severe consequences. I don't know what they're going to face. What else can you do to them? That you're not going to hurt yourself. That's the big thing. Trump is thinking of midterms right now. He is. He's thinking midterms. That is because he knows if things go south, the economy slows, the wars pick up, we get dragged into something that he is on the ballot, but not on the ballot. And I told you guys a couple weeks ago, this is what their pitch is going to be. You know, and I don't think it's a good pitch. If Democrats retake the House, they're going to impeach Trump, which is not good for them either. It's not a good pitch for either. Because most people are like, really? Yeah. No, we don't want that.
Again, for the third time?
For the third time?
And then they'll just, if the GOP has the Senate, they're just going to lose the trial in the Senate.
That is the dumbest thing in the world. And what would you impeach him on this time?
He said mean things, Chad.
Yeah, I don't think that's something you could do.
It's something.
Shutting down the border.
Yeah, he's got every right. He's already won that in court. They didn't even try that because he already won it the first time. All he did was put his order back in.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So it's like, what are you going to do? I mean, what they would do, though, I will tell you this, the first day that Epstein stuff's going to come right out. That first day, they take over. They'll walk in there, swear, grab that stuff, and roll with it. Absolutely. So, but that's a big if. You got a long way to go. So we'll see what happens this weekend in Alaska. I heard, now, where were you guys when the Uvalde shooting happened? Were you guys on the air?
I think I was.
What's that?
Uvalde shooting.
Were you on the air when Uvalde happened?
I don't know if I was on the air, but I was here.
For some reason, I'm thinking we were because I was producing Dan at the time.
I remember Parkland, and then I remember, Connecticut was, and I remember when that thing took place there, and I was in between shows. I was doing a morning music radio show. I know, crazy, right? And then I had a break in between, and you started to hear that something had happened, but you didn't know what it was. And then by the time I went on the air, everything was, but we were on the air when Uvalde happened, and watching it was, because you're just like, what the hell is going on? So audio is out, new audio of that day. And I will tell you what, sickening because you know what took place, the horrors that took place that day. But listening to the parents is heart-wrenching. Also, what's heart-wrenching is the fact that these kids are facing hell, and idiots. Barney Fife could have showed up with his one bullet and done a better job than Pete Arredondo. It is, and I'm going to play some of this, and it breaks it down minute by minute, hour by hour, and you can hear the parents in the background. You hear all this stuff. It is, if you want to know how not to do something, this is it.
Sir, this is Arredondo with the School District Police. Can you please put your firearm down?
New video capturing crucial moments inside Uvalde's Robb Elementary School after a gunman opened fire on May 24th, 2022. The district releasing hours of never-before-seen footage showing a response caught amid confusion and chaos. At 11:40 a.m., just minutes after the shooter entered the school, you can see officers treating his grandmother, the first victim, who ID'd her own grandson as the gunman.
Salvador Ramos. Apparently he just shot his grandmother.
Outside Robb Elementary, as precious time passed.
Sure.
Panicked parents heard off camera, shouting at authorities to do something.
Get back! Get back!
And the parents there, and it's devastating.
They would have had to have shot me.
Yeah.
Because I would have.
Oh, God, yeah. It was absolutely would have had to shot.
Like if my kid is in something like.
And the thing is, the thing that is also, do you remember they arrested one of the officers because his wife, I think, was in there? And I think she was shot. And they ended up arresting him because he was going to go in.
Yeah.
He was going to go in. It's not done. And again, if I was running a police force, I'm going to say, all right, guys, I'm going to show you how not to do something. It's going to be painful to watch. But this here is the most cluster you will ever see, all based on the fact that an idiot was in charge. Somebody won an election or whatever, and he had no idea what to do, and it showed on this day.
By 12 p.m., with dozens of armed officers lining hallways, the school's police chief, Pete Arredondo, began pleading with the gunman, barricaded inside a classroom.
These are innocent children, sir. Please talk to me. Please talk to me, sir.
No response is ever heard.
I need cover. You got more kids.
Nearby, other officers tried to clear classrooms of terrified students and teachers.
Go, pass. Go, 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 go.
At 12:08 p.m., the gunman's own aunt heard begging authorities to shoot him.
Kill him! Kill him!
Help us, help us.
He's doing it because his mom and everyone.
Kill him. That's his aunt saying, kill him.
Man.
Kill him. And, you know, Barney Fife, Pete Arredondo, that is going to be, you should be called that if you're an idiot. In Norway, you're called a Quisling. Quisling was the guy who collaborated with the Nazis and took over them. He was like the biggest puppet in the world. They call you a Quisling. That means you're an idiot. This guy here, Barney Fife, I told you, Barney Fife, one bullet in his, Andy would have done a better job. Listening, his aunt, my aunt and I are so close. She kind of raised me. I could never imagine my aunt saying, kill him. That's how bad it was and desperate because you know what? It's a small town and these people all know everybody.
Yeah, and she knew what he was capable of.
She absolutely did. And, of course, Pete Arredondo's running around going, oh, I can't find the keys.
Nearly an hour after that first gunshot, authorities shout questions back and forth, looking for keys. They'd later find the door unlocked. Painful minutes follow until 12:50 p.m. when a team of officers breach the classroom. With the gunman dead, authorities frantically call for medical backup. The frightening scene unfolding into one of the deadliest school shootings in U.S. history.
On that day, 22 dead, 21 injured. And
they were looking for the keys and then later found the door was open.
But it's okay. You can trust government to protect you.
I wouldn't have cared if you had the keys or not because I'm going in there because that's what we're going to do. And you going, hey, you should really put the gun down. Let's talk. Are you kidding me?
Let's have a conversation instead of violence. Idiot.
Yeah.
After he's killed how many kids already?
I know. First of all, he's already killed his grandmother.
Yeah.
So know that this is what he's capable of already. So Peter Arredondo and Gonzalez, one was hit. Arredondo, 29 counts for endangering or abandoning a child. That's a felony. And 29 counts for Gonzalez for the same. I don't even... There's been a conviction, which is weird. 15-year-old girl in Germany was convicted for neglecting to report the planned crimes. Did you remember that?
No.
So apparently he was conversing with somebody in Germany, and they convicted that person of not, I guess.
So he had told her what he was going to do?
I guess so, yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah.
I've never heard that element before.
No, I
don't think I have either.
So, and whether or not you have to put your, as a first responder, everybody thinks they have to run towards it. That's kind of what they're paid to do. I think Supreme Court's already ruled that you don't have to. There's nothing in there that says you have to. That's why I think that guy at Parkland, the guy who ran away, because that's not part of it. That's what you're supposed to do. But because of how bad this was handled, do you remember what happened at Covenant? Those guys didn't wait for anything.
Yeah, they went in without the proper body armor.
Because they knew, first of all, they knew how horrible that was run. But also, they knew once shots are fired and there's kids, it's you go, right? This guy wasn't calling up saying he wanted $4 million in Bitcoin and a helicopter. And no, he wasn't negotiating. He was killing.
Yeah.
It was a vile and disgusting And it was so, there was already deaths, but they made it so much worse by inaction. And who ended up coming in and finally doing it? It was the Border Patrol. It was their version of SWAT that came in. And I bet they thought these guys are idiots.
Yeah, and the guys at Covenant were just decisive.
Yeah.
They figured out where she was,
Yes.
went right toward her, and shot her. And when she wouldn't stop moving, they shot her again until she was dead.
Yeah, they did. So somebody said, how much did that door cost? I don't know. A lot of people are like you, man. You were never going to stop me from getting in there.
Absolutely not, man.
Yeah. And if you want to turn this into me getting killed by an officer, then that's fine. But I'm going to make every possible move and every intention that I have, every bit of my being is going to get in there.
There should be no qualified immunity for dereliction of duty.
Yeah, no. So it's, I just, when you hear it, because you know there are kids in there who went to school that day and they didn't come home. And a lot of those kids, as they talked about, there was opportunities to save them, if not for Arredondo doing nothing. And they talked about, well, he's like, I didn't really know who was in charge. Well, who's like the chief of police? You.
Yeah, maybe you figure out if you can't find the guy in charge, you take charge.
That's it. That's it. I just, you go. I mean, you go. There should be no stopping. And instead it was, hey, you should put the gun down. It'd be really nice if you could put the gun down. Oh, my Lord. Just a horrible situation. A lot of good stuff still to get to. We're still going to have some fun because that's who we are. One of the other things that happened in Texas, by the way, is Texas passed the map, but it only passed the Senate. It did not pass the House because they're the ones who are gone. So everybody's like, oh, cool, they got through. Well, they didn't really get it done. They're going to have to go back and do another session.
I think that they feel, and we know from the multiple sources that have told us, that they have accomplished their mission of delaying and derailing this first special legislative session that Greg Abbott called in Texas. They say that they could come home as soon as this weekend, and they feel like they have also sparked national outrage for these efforts to redistrict mid-decade for explicitly political reasons.
No way. They redistrict for political reasons? Is it only half decade or is it decade always? Oh, yeah, it's every time they do that. But I saw people today going, oh, cool, they got it through. They didn't get it through. I'm just letting you guys know. You have to have, it goes from the Senate to the House because they knew they weren't going to get anything in the House. So they has to call in another special session for there to be an actual passing of this so it could get to his desk and then sign so it could go to the courts, and then eventually they'll decide what to do from there. Coming up, a little White Girl Wednesday. We'll tell you what our one-hit wonders were today. If you guys thought, was Bells weird? Yeah, because hello. When is it not weird? So this 3 weeks in a row, Bell has picked somebody we've never heard of.
Number 4 hit, and you've never heard of it.
Nope.
Time to get with the times, sir.
We keep calling the dude Getty. That's not his name.
David Geddes.
That's it. That's it.
And I bet you he lives right here in Nashville.
Probably. He's probably going to text us in 5 minutes and say, hey,
I'm coming down there to whoop your ass.
Come down there and punch you guys right in the knees. I can't believe you guys made fun of my song. We'll play that, among other things, straight ahead chat bed. So Super Talk 997. Prize Picks Football, as my good friend Ken says it, is back, baby. And now's your chance to take advantage of your knowledge in what is going on in the world of sports, and football being that thing. Preseason, opportunities abound still to learn and to earn with Prize Picks. You can win up to 2,000 times your money. It's simple and easy. You pick a lineup. So the lineup could be 2, right? You're just picking 2 players. And you're not picking teams, you're not picking it. It's above, it's below. It's that simple. Maybe you think Cam Ward, do I think he's going to score, more than 1.5 touchdowns? Above or below, you decide. Do I think Aaron Rodgers is going to throw for more than 150 yards? Above or below? That's a lineup set. Now, you play your first $5 lineup with our good friends over at Prize Picks. They're going to give you $50 instantly right into your account, win or lose that first one. And it is so simple and easy. It takes less than 60 seconds. You're going to love every second of it. And you use that knowledge to earn and have fun with it. Prize Picks. Do it. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code CHAD if you want to get that $50 bonus right into your account when you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CHAD to get a $50 into your account after you play that first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game. Tennessee 21 plus, President Tennessee. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789.
An instant coffee recall will tell you why. Tennessee, Kentucky, Alabama, you're included. Coming up at 2:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Somebody actually got the song, and we're going to play his song coming up in a little bit that Bell picked for One Hit Wonder Wednesday. And I was going, yeah, that's a stupid song. That's what he's texting. Bell came up with.
Love the song.
I wonder if that actually played at the swimming pool where me and my buddies would be. Because what year was that, Bell?
75.
75. It definitely was on. It'd probably come on after Don't Go Breaking My Heart.
Oh, I wouldn't if I tried.
Number 4 hit. So, I mean, it was
It definitely came on.
Number 4 hit. He had enough money to buy a Lincoln Continental.
And a sandwich.
With the ashtrays.
With the ashtrays.
Absolutely. Ashtrays.
You ever see
in the car,
commercials
man.
from like the 70s and they'll talk about that? The new Dodge Dart has 17 different ashtrays.
We're sitting around here going, can we get a cup holder?
One of my, when I go and get a car, that is one of my, okay, where am I going to put my drink?
Yeah.
It's super important. You got a good drink area.
Got to have a good cup holder.
Got to have good cup holders. You know, we were talking about what took place at Robb Elementary, and somebody said, you said you couldn't stab. We were talking earlier. about the death penalty, and somebody said eye for eye, we should be able to do, whatever that person did to your family member, you should do it to them. And you're like, you said you couldn't stab your daughter's killer, but you said you'd run it? Yeah, there's a difference between protecting and saying there's a guy who's laying on a table, now go stab him 35 times. That's a different thing. There's a different thing between trying to protect and then I'm going to get an eye for an eye. Did you see that lady yesterday? It was all over. Her husband was killed, and this was the sentencing day. And she walked right over to the kid. He was getting 20 years, and she gave him a hug, and she says, Jesus loves you. You're forgiven, and we're going to get through this. Kid had all kinds of problems.
What was his response?
He was just in tears.
From her or because he was getting sentenced?
From her, because he knew he had done wrong. I think he was drunk, and this wasn't the first time. He had a lot of substance abuse problems, and it was one of those things where, and she said afterwards, she goes, he knows what he did was wrong. He's paying the price for it, and God loves him, and I thought, people have that attitude, and I think it's a good attitude to have. It is. I mean, it's tough at first. But yeah, when it comes to protecting kids or protecting family and friends, there's a different story than, here's a knife, go cut somebody's head off.
Yeah, that's Dexter doesn't even do that.
No, he doesn't. And if you've never seen the stabbings and stuff, it's not like the movies. Here to tell you that.
No,
right
it
now.
is.
And if you've ever seen, the horrors of stuff like that, it is not like the movies. It isn't.
Yeah, it takes longer than 15 seconds to strangle someone, too.
That's so true. You would not have been good at MMA.
Right.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it takes, these guys who, they'll go and they'll talk to detectives and stuff who talk about the stranglings. They'll tell you, that the serial killers, that sometimes it takes them hours.
It's terrible.
So, because it's not, like you said, it's not like the movies. None of it's like the movies. I got news for you. Coming up, One Hit Wonder Wednesday, we'll relive some of the greatest moments of Belle's awesome song from Geddy Lee.
David Geddes. David Geddes.
Tom Sawyer, don't be a hero.
Don't be a hero. So we'll do that straight out, among other things. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7.
$2:30 on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got a couple of things going on right now. Looking at radar, got some very heavy rain, boys, getting ready to come over us. Right now, this is a line of very heavy rain, stretches from Hendersonville back to the Nations in West Nashville. It is along I-40 all the way over to the Centerville-Lobelville exit, and it is slowly creeping to the southeast. Very heavy rain. I don't see much lightning in it, but there could be some. It's not severe, but we are under a flash flood watch, so we got to keep that in mind, too. And drivers, a little something for you here. We've got a crash blocking the right lane, 40 westbound at Hermitage Avenue, and then in Rivergate, 65 northbound near Vietnam Veterans Boulevard, and then in Rural Hill, police reporting a crash 24 eastbound at Bell Road. Coffee recall because there may be glass fragments in it. This is the Clover Valley Instant Coffee, 8-ounce size, sold at Dollar General stores in Tennessee, Kentucky, Alabama, and 45 other states. This coffee was sold between July 9th and July 21st in every state except Alaska and Hawaii. The recall initiated after a customer reported finding glass in the product. Customers who purchased this Clover Valley Instant Coffee should discard it immediately and contact Dollar General for a full refund. Here in Nashville, the parents of the 6-year-old boy shot to death on Friday are charged with criminal homicide, tampering with evidence, and child neglect. Police say surveillance video showed the father carrying his son, who was limp, out of a hotel room where there were blood-covered bed sheets. There were weapons and meth found. And police in Louisville say they thought they arrested the right person for shooting and killing a woman who was walking a child to the bus stop this morning.
Jefferson County School Police, along with LMPD, were able to identify this potential suspect and take him into custody, where he was interviewed at the LMPD homicide offices. After that interview, we were able to determine he is not the suspect in this shooting. He has since been released and will be going home.
Yeah, Police Department Chief Paul Humphrey says they have a description of another teenager they're looking for. That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
WSMB4 First Alert Meteorologist Stefano DiPietro. Flood watch is in effect across parts of Middle Tennessee until 7 o'clock this evening. Keep an eye out for hit-and-miss thunderstorms this afternoon that could produce heavy downpours and cause minor flooding in poor drainage areas. High temperature near 90 today. 70s tonight as the rain tapers off. Tomorrow will top off in the 90s at 10 seconds. An isolated shower or thunderstorm. Many of us are dry. Friday will be in the mid-90s. Saturday and Sunday, mid-90s. Plenty of sun for the weekend, but with the heat index over 100.
Beacon Capital Management wants to talk to you about the One Big Beautiful Bill and some of the amazing tax opportunities that you can take advantage of. And there's plenty of them in there. But remember, a lot of these sunsets, you can take advantage of them now. This is what I want you to do. Call Beacon, 615-488-9303, 615-488-9303. They'll talk to you like, let's say you got a car loan. You can deduct up to $10,000 of interest. But there's some, things that you have to know about that, including it has to be assembled here in the U.S., above-the-line charitable deductions. So if you don't itemize, $1,000 for individual, $2,000 for couples. And if you're older, right, you're 65, you want to take advantage of some things that you're eligible for, including an additional senior deduction of up to $6,500. There's a phase out in that. So it's not a complete elimination of tax on Social Security benefits, but the opportunity is there, and it's valuable to learn what's available to you. That's what Beacon's going to help you with. Beacon Capital Management can help you understand how to take advantage of all these changes and more before they vanish. For a free, personalized financial consultation, visit beaconcm.com, beaconcm.com, or call 615-488-9303, 615-488-9303. This is a paid placement. All right, Lee, well done. Rough Greens, ruffgreens.com/Chad. Vitamins, minerals, probiotics, omega-3, 6, 9, all of this cool stuff in a powdered supplement. People ask me, does it work? It absolutely works, 100%. Do I have to do anything different? Nope. Just get it. You open the bag, Scoop it on your dog's food, and it fuels their day. It's going to help with all kinds of things, especially your dog's a little older, right? Maybe they don't move, a little turtle-like instead of bouncy like they used to be. This will change all of that. Maybe they're a little sore after their walk or playing. This will change that. It is amazing. It's the number one supplement for dogs. And right now, you get this, a free bag. It's $20 value, absolutely free. All they ask you to do is cover the cost of shipping. It is simple and easy. ruffgreens.com/Chad, ruffgreens.com/Chad. Don't change a thing. Just sprinkle this on once a day. Add fuel to their food and watch what happens. ruffgreens.com/Chad. Yeah. One Hit Wonder Wednesday, one of our favorite things to do. We take, each of us, we grab a song that we like. There was a one-hit wonder. It came, and as quick as it came, it disappeared. And I mean disappeared. You guys are going to love this. It's One Hit Wonder Wednesday. All right. We're going to start with you, Ken, this time.
All right.
You know, it's interesting. I was reading about them. They did a lot of stuff that ended up on television and in the movies. Never had a hit. So they did stuff. Turn Up the Radio was on Miami Vice, and it's also it was the guitar solo of the year, by the way, from Guitar Player magazine, 1985. Yep. On top of that, they did songs for Secret Admirer, starring C. Thomas Howell, Kelly Preston, Corey Haim, and Lori Loughlin. They did songs for Fright Night. I love Fright Night. Their second album they went on tour with Motley Crue and Heart. And then they did the song Winning is Everything for the film Youngblood, starring Rob Lowe. Remember that? Rob Lowe and Cynthia Gibb. Oh, she was in Fame. In that movie with Rob Lowe, you saw her boobies. Yeah.
Now I got to go watch that movie.
This is great. My friend Tracy Savage, she was in Friday the 13th, part 3D. Yeah, she got killed. She got killed.
Early or horrifically?
She was in Friday the 13th, part 3. Oh yeah, it grabbed her by the. She was the one on the bed, and he comes out.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and every time I see her, I'm like, I saw your boobies.
Right through her back.
She's all, shut up, Chad. She was also on Little House on the Prairie, but still, it doesn't matter.
She show her boobies there?
No, she did not. Nobody did. Yeah, that was kind of a weird thing. They've got the new one getting ready to come out. Yeah.
Oh, please no.
Yeah. You didn't know that?
I didn't need to know that, to be honest.
They got the new one getting ready to come out. You know it's going to be all gritty because you can't do anything real anymore. Laura Ingalls is a 12-year-old black trans activist.
She's despised by the community and allowed to go to church.
That's it. It's fantastic. They've absolutely been defunded. Yeah. They've been defunded. Paul, by the way, is got a drinking problem, I'm sure, in this one.
It turns out he has pancreatic cancer and dies early on.
Yeah, it's going to be great. It's and Mrs. Olson, she's married to her partner,
also called Mrs. Olson.
And they've adopted 3 kids. You know that's what they would do. Oh, all right, Belle, let's give us your crap song.
It's not crap. It was a number 4 hit.
Yeah.
It's David Geddes.
It's a crap song. Oh my God. So, Daddy don't run. Daddy don't run.
Daddy, please don't.
That is
He means so much to me.
awful. That is the worst.
You should see the video. It doesn't help.
Yeah,
I don't know if she was that young. The girl
It was
in
a
the
different
video,
time, Ken.
The girl in the video is definitely not that young, but it was obviously an issue with her father. And then, of course, dad ends up trying to shoot Joey, and he kills his daughter instead.
What the hell kind of song did you give us today?
Yeah, she says he's got a gun, and she goes to shoot Joey, and she jumps in front of Joey, and he kills his daughter instead.
That is awful. Awful. Oh, I'm sure.
That would have been perfect.
Oh. And now for another long-distance dedication. This song is called Run, Joey, Run. Belle came up with it in our super one-hit wonder Wednesday about a guy that tries to shoot somebody else and kills his daughter. By the way, they used that on Glee.
Yeah.
They did. They did.
And you still don't know it.
Geddes had only one. That was it. He was done after that. Yeah. He dropped out of law school after realizing he was going to make it with Run, Joey, Run. I hope he went back. My song today comes from some guys. They came, I think they were out of Ohio. One guy called Epic, because he was epic, and the other guy called Shady Shell Shock. He died a couple years ago. You could not escape the video at all on MTV. And the minute you hear the song, you go, oh my Lord. Beautiful women, kind of psychedelic, lots of bright colors, dudes with their shirts off, inked up, taking advantage of new metal. That's the rap heavy metal. And then this riff. Guess what happens in this one, Belle? Nobody shoots their daughter on accident. Sugar, honey. Song went to #1 everywhere just about. They sold 6 million copies, and then after that, they fell apart. Shifty could never get himself well. He had a lot of troubles. He ended up dying a few years ago, and he fought the good fight. He didn't want to die, but he knew he was going. He was on the first or second, if I'm correct, was it Celebrity Rehab, which is another weird thing that we do here in America. We're like, you know what's really bad? Drug addiction. You know, it'd be great? B-list and D-list celebrities with some C-list, and we'll put them in a house, and we'll see if Dr. Who's it? What doctor was it? It wasn't Dr. Phil. It was Dr. Drew, right? That tried to save him. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, on MTV. Hey, I know you do a lot of drugs and you've got a real problem. How would you feel if MTV tried to get you well? And they were massive, though. The song was number one in so many places. But it never stopped him from struggling. They tried to get back together a few times, but there's just nothing they could do. And, man, that was a cool song. He had his own hit, though, with Paul Oakenfold, Shifty, called Starry Eye Surprise. But the band itself.
That's the guy that did Tubular Bells?
Who? Paul Oakenfold? Yeah. He did a lot of stuff.
The theme to The Exorcist.
Yeah. So, no, not him. That's Oakenfold had he had a bunch of hits. The Tubular Bells was somebody else. Man, look at you going deep into weird stuff once again. And he went on he was on Celebrity Rehab too.
Mike Oldfield. That's
Mike Oldfield.
Yeah.
Which again, I find bizarre to say and he also went on Celebrity Rehab Presents Sober House. And there was just nothing they could do to stop him. And, but that song was so massive and you couldn't go anywhere. It was number one in so many places for quite a long time. And I think it finished top 12, top 15 here for the year 2000. And they were called Crazy Town. That right there. It's your one hit wonder of the day. Butterfly. He wrote it about his girlfriend because he goes, we used to talk about butterflies. Like, whatever, dude. You ever meet artists and you're like, what is wrong with you?
Yes.
Yeah. Who's the weirdest artist you've ever met? He's all David Geddes, whatever.
The first time I met Scott Weiland from the Stone Temple Pilots, it was at a meet and greet. They had opened for Megadeth, and he came out to the meet and greet with no shirt on, and his head from his neck up had been dyed pink, including his hair. So it's just...
How'd that end for him, by the way?
Huh?
How'd that end for him?
An overdose.
Yeah, the same way it ended for old Shell Show here. You ever work in music radio? I mean, Ken?
Yeah, Ken? Yeah, Ken did.
Well, did you play both country and Western? Oh, my Lord. Somebody said, what the hell did I just listen to? That song and we know what we're talking about. We're talking about the one guy's, the only song I recognized was Ken's songs. Oh, my Lord. No, you got it right. Nobody listened to, Crazy Town is, you've got to be, if you're a little younger, you might recognize Crazy Town. I'm not saying you're old, but Crazy Town's pretty big back in the day. If you even the kids downstairs, when they said, what's your one hit wonder today? And by kids, I mean, they're in their, early 20s to mid 20s.
Yeah.
I said Crazy Town. They're like, oh, that's a cool song.
Yeah, they know that.
You know what's interesting? There's no song of the summer this year. Normally there's a song,
Interesting.
There is no song this year of the summer that has taken over. We'll do that tomorrow because it's kind of fun because there is something that has taken over. That's a song that came out years ago, but it's only taken over because of TikTok and a voiceover with it. So we'll probably have some fun with that tomorrow. Coming up, the Welcome Matt. We welcome Matt in here. And he'll walk in here and we'll ask him, have you ever heard Bell's crappy song that he picked today? I bet you he hasn't. If you see the show, shame on you, grab the podcast. Chet Benson Show, Super Talk 997. Party time, USAAmerica.com. Party time. But USA, what's that song by Miley Cyrus? Party in the USA? That was a big summer hit. There's no summer hits this year.
You know, I can't tell you I'm so out of pop culture. I'm just so out of that now.
Well,
Probably
if you met Bell,
before my
play
time.
a song that's a super summer hit.
Yeah, I heard that Bell was ruining your show by playing songs that everybody hated. That's what I.
People
that's what
do
I
not
hear.
hate a number 4 hit.
Can I hear it? Do you still have it? Do we have time for it?
Yeah, you should play it. It is.
All right. I want to hear it because I missed it. I was doing the podcast.
Listening. It is.
Here we go.
All right, let's go. I just want to know. I just want to see if I recognize it. Nope. Nothing.
So, Bell, tell them what it's about.
It's about young couple in love. Father does not approve. The boy goes over to her house. He tries to shoot the boy. She jumps in front of the boy, and he kills his daughter instead.
That's Bell's song. That's Bell's. I did.
It's got a snappy beat, and we can dance to it.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know.
You know, this was the 1970s. There was a lot of garbage coming out in the 1970s.
There was.
Just a lot of garbage.
And Bell finds all of it.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, do you know the song Rocky?
Yeah, by Austin Roberts.
Is the Rocky? I've never been in love. Have you done that one yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
You might.
That's a recommendation from me, Bell. I like. Yeah.
What are you talking about today? What's on your radar?
I came to the conclusion that, well, I've got an update on the D.C. thing, the D.C. crime thing, because I don't think Democrats, they like to say that they're concerned that Donald Trump's going to, he's a dictator and all of that sort of stuff, which I think is starting to fall flat with the American people because Democrats have not returned to political normalcy.
No.
When it comes to reacting to the president of the United States. And until they do, it goes back to the old Spinal Tap. If everything's an 11, nothing's an 11.
Yeah.
And everything with them is an 11. And sometimes things don't have to be an 11. And so they've gone to an 11 with this. And they go all the way to statehood with Washington, D.C., which nobody outside of Washington, D.C. thinks Washington, D.C. should be a state.
No, and the reason we have D.C. as the District of Columbia is so no state has an advantage.
Right.
That's
That's the whole point of the district. It was never really supposed to be a city.
You're supposed to come there, work, and go home.
It wasn't supposed to be a city, but now it is, and so now we got to deal with it. I mean, Puerto Rico has a hell of a lot better claim to statehood than Washington, D.C.
Absolutely. Next thing you know, though, they're going to go, okay, we'll make Puerto Rico state. Then Trump's going to go, all right, Guam, now's your chance. If you don't tip over, you can become a state.
Oh, they'll tip over, all right.
They will. You better
the
watch
Marines,
out.
they get on one side. They march to one side. It goes this way. Or this side. It goes.
That guy was just.
Was it Hank Johnson out of Georgia?
We play some of his music. Have you ever listened to his music?
He strums a guitar.
He's got several of them. Once a week, he comes out with a new, straight to number one. So you can talk about state. What else you can talk about?
I'm going to talk about gophers in the downtown Nashville area. That was a you reference. That was me referencing you.
But it's not just
giant gophers.
It's a giant gopher.
A big old gopher.
We should totally get a gopher suit and just kind of pop out.
Oh no! All I'm saying is if I kill all the golfers, they're gonna lock me up and throw away the key. Not the gophers.
Not the gophers.
The gophers.
That's so awesome. Oh my Lord, that is so awesome. That is a Caddyshack reference.
And yeah, that's right. And then whatever pops into my head. It's kind of a free-form Wednesday on the Murphy Show. That what that means, Chad?
It means you're just flying like you're commando.
I mean, some people would call it unprepared.
What do you call it?
Unprepared.
I'm
that. Some people.
Thursday Eve.
Shut up.
Matt, straight ahead. Yeah, everybody, do it again tomorrow. Bye.